Hey everybody, and welcome to my N5 series. This isn't going to be a full session or anything, but I don't know, just thought it'd be fun to have a death of a modular patch. I'm gonna bring it up here. So, just so you have an idea what's going on with this mess, is basically have two morphogenes. Both are playing some different samples. It's just some things I've created for different reels, and each one has kind of its own signal path going through like beads and mimeophone and data bender. You can hear it's just a lot going on. Triple sloths is sending just variable frequencies. The zero CHD or notched or what I don't know, I call it notched, but that is also sending a bunch of LFOs around. And this patch has just kind of turned into a giant mess. So I figured it's time to actually just rip the whole thing apart. And I thought it would be fun to just kind of see what happens as we undo some of this rat's nest here. So I'm just going to, I don't know if it's worth talking through this or just start pulling cables. I think either can be fun, but definitely with like the mixer and the 4MS wave recorder, that would be the kind of stuff to either do last, or I might leave it. But there's some of the modulation might be where I'll kind of start pulling. Anyway, I'll probably just put the mic down. Maybe I'll bring it up if anything interesting happens. But otherwise, you can just listen to this audio and we'll see what happens. And there goes the first obvious change. Maybe I'll turn that down a little. Um, that the way I had this patched up, and I'm remembering as I'm pulling it apart, is I had automation coming from the MPC down below here, and a lot of the cables I just have unplugged had a lot to do with sending pitch and gate information, and that hadn't really done a whole lot. What I just pulled out though was a organize cable that was going to the random R&D step, which was allowing the patch to, I think every 384 beats, it would choose to pick a different reel or a different slice in the reel to play the sounds. So now we're just playing whatever's selected. So I should be able to come in here and change organize. Yeah. And now it'll just go into whatever I want to manually. So that's what that had been doing before. Anyway, I'm going to get back to unpatching, and if something weird happens, I will see if I can explain if I remember what the heck happened. Anyway, let's get back to it. So I have disconnected a suspicious amount of stuff that hasn't made a whole lot of audio change yet. I suspect that a number of these cables were relying on the Apex to do envelope generating, and since I disconnected a lot of that, I think that's accounting for a lot of the sound not making a whole big difference in the changes, as well as I don't know that torpor. I might have unplugged some things there, but I do highly suspect that a lot of it was, from what I remember, and I haven't touched this in like a month or two, so it's been a little while, but I suspect there was a fair amount. I probably needed to trigger some stuff on beads to get that doing weird stuff, and, well, I didn't do that. There's another MPC cable. Got kind of a... I have to straighten those out so that I can then start plugging those back in. Here's another one. I got all 8 coming out of the MPC Live. So, that said, there we go. That was a change. So, the end of signal gate here off of this morphogene was going into the data bender freeze. So, that was causing some of that sounds. I think we're now getting into pretty much the clean sound. And you can see here, like the Mimiaphone, maybe you can't see behind all the wires, but the mix was down, so that wasn't really even doing anything itself. I'm pretty sure we're going to start getting into a position where a lot of this is going to start just killing the sound, because these are the inputs that are just coming in from the MPC, I think 3 and 4, and I think this is 5 and 6 up top. And, whoop, there's another one that was organized. So another one that was just selecting different sounds and was selecting the sounds here and going into the Verispeed up top. Let's unplug the gate. End of signal gate wasn't apparently doing much for the mix that it was going into in the data bender. But as I said, we're getting kind of down to it. I think, yeah, this isn't doing anything for gene size for the envelope follower. Yeah, there's that. So this is what pretty much the audio signal looks like. Almost there. One more try. No. CV outs aren't doing anything. Last MPC cable, I think. So we're going to start. Yeah, those fading out. Let's see. Probably is nothing coming out of beads, because nothing's telling it to freeze. Nothing out of the endorphins squawk dirty. Now Mimiaphone is not going to the data bender. And let's just disconnect these as well. So that's one dead signal path. Now we just have this super low sound, and again, like, we just use morphogene to tweak it, but let's just disconnect it and we'll just hear the reverb ring out. I think we're just about done. So kind of a long video. I was expecting this to be a little bit more exciting, but they can't all be. And these are just going over to my another 4U rack that I've got over here. Just disconnect that. This is going to a guitar pedal Eurorack. I'm just going to disconnect this. And I think I'm going to leave everything else hooked up, because this is just how I usually operate. Is I get my audio in from the MPC on the bottom row and the top row, leave the mixer output hooked up to the 4MS wave recorder. I usually try and, do the always record, make sure that I got stuff coming through there. So now with a maybe I'll even disconnect those, I don't know, but with a relatively naked setup here, boy, I don't know why the camera keeps turning, but with this setup here, I don't know, maybe I'll think about doing some modular videos if anybody's interested, and do some of those, do some modular sessions for a little bit. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by. Keep making music. If it sounds good, it is good, and peace.